So, as part of the writing process, Paul would usually send me a guitar idea, and I would start thinking about the melodies, and then we'd get together and bash it into some type of shape. But weirdly, with Throwaways, I had this melody going around my head, and the words just came. The chorus words just came pretty much straight away while I was humming this melody. So I had this throwaways written off the page, throwaways running with the strays. I just kept pacing around my house, singing that over and over. So I showed that to Paul, and he kind of worked out the chords underneath it, and we created that. At the time, we weren't really considering anyone being on it, but we happened to play a festival in the UK called the Bingley Festival in 2022 in the summer, and the Libertines were headlining it. So we were playing just before the Libertines. So as we were doing our hour-long set, I'm on stage, and I kept looking over to the stage right where my family was stood watching. And there's Peter Doherty stood with my family singing every word of all of our songs. And I'm thinking, all right, okay, right. So I've never met him before. So I thought that's interesting. He knows who Shed 7 are, and obviously he quite likes us because he's singing along. So after the gig, I approached him and introduced myself, and I said, "Are you a fan of Shed 7?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I used to, as a boy, I used to sit in my bedroom learning Shed 7 songs on my guitar." So I just thought, right, okay, so let's take this one step further. How would you like to be part of our new album? Would you like to guest on it? And he just said immediately, he just went, I'd love to. And this is without even hearing the song that we were going to give him, you know. So I just thought Throwaways was a perfect choice because, as I say, you know, lyrically, it's about being outsiders at the end of the day. But then at the same time, it's like, we don't give a fuck. We're outside. We don't care.
So sorry to interrupt, but that's exactly what I kind of wrote down from that song. We won't change our ways, even if that means we're thrown away. So
Yeah.
it's kind of accepting who you are and not trying to change who you are for the sake of other people. And I really like that sentiment.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. And again, I think that comes with age because we've spent a long time in our career trying to explain ourselves, you know, and not really being part of the big event, you know. I mean, when Britpop started to happen, it was all London based, and we live in a city called York that's right in the north of England. So yeah, and we didn't play ball. We didn't move to London, which is what you were supposed to do. So we always felt a little bit on the outside. And I believe the Libertines probably had a little bit of that too, you know, with all of their troubles and tribulations that they went through. I believe that they probably were a little bit on the outside. So for me, lyrically, it was the perfect song for me to ask Pete to join in on because it means something. It's not, you're not just singing words, it actually means something. So I think what we should do, we should make a video to that song. Nobody's heard that song yet because it's not been released as a single or anything as yet. But I think we should do a video for it, and I think the ideal video would be for me and Pete to be wearing really big coats in winter on some moorland where it's really cold, just walking across the moors, going throwaways, you know,